Welcome. Before you begins the story of your life, there is a single word that has accompanied you through every moment. Your name. Names are more than labels. They are vibrations, symbols, and stories. Across time and cultures, humans have recognized that names carry energy, meaning, and influence. From the numerology of Pythagoras to the sacred letters of Kabbalah, from the cosmic alignments of Vedic astrology to the ancestral wisdom embedded in Yoruba and Native American traditions. In this audiobook, we explore 22 systems from around the world, uncovering how names have been treated as codes of destiny, markers of identity, and tools for transformation. We will see how science confirms ancient intuition, how letters and sounds shape perception, and how awareness of your name can become a powerful ally in your life. Whether you are listening to understand yourself, guide your children, or simply explore the mystery of names, this journey will open your eyes to the hidden power your name carries, and the subtle ways it influences your story every day. So take a breath, relax, and let us begin the journey into what's in a name, how names shape destiny, identity, and human life. Chapter 1. The power humans have always given to names. Every human being is given a name, often before they even take their first breath. But have you ever paused to consider what your name really is? Is it just a convenient label, a word to distinguish you from millions of others? Or is it something far deeper, a vibration, a symbol, a seed of meaning planted in the very moment of your arrival? Throughout history, civilizations across the globe have treated names as sacred, powerful, and far more than a simple identifier. Names are anchors of identity, social signals, and spiritual markers, sometimes shaping destiny, sometimes guiding the soul. In this chapter, we explore why humans have always believed that names matter, laying the foundation for the 22 naming systems we'll examine in this audiobook. Section 1. Names are ancient acts of meaning-making. Humans have been naming things since the dawn of language. From rivers, mountains, and stars to newborn children, naming is one of humanity's oldest acts of meaning-making. Early civilizations believed that to name something was to claim understanding and influence over it. In Mesopotamia, the first written languages included name records for kings, gods, and citizens. In ancient Egypt, names were engraved on monuments, serving as a bridge between mortal life and the eternal. Indigenous peoples worldwide have always used names to encode history, lineage, and spiritual identity. A name was never just a label. It was a story, a blessing, a signal to the universe. To be named was to be recognized, not only by society but by the cosmic order itself. Section 2. Names as identity anchors. Names are deeply tied to our sense of self. The moment someone calls your name, your attention sharpens. Psychologists refer to this as the cocktail party effect. Even in a room full of noise, your brain instantly picks out your own name. Hearing your name activates a part of the brain associated with self-awareness and personal identity. Names help organize social reality. We recognize each other, create relationships, and communicate belonging. Across cultures, names anchor individuals within family, tribe, or society, acting as identity markers that connect us to heritage, lineage, and community. Even the sound of a name carries energy. Certain syllables evoke trust, strength, or warmth. Others feel delicate or mysterious. Across languages, this principle remains consistent. Names resonate beyond meaning, they vibrate. Section 3. Names as social signals. A name communicates more than just who you are. It sends subtle messages to the world about status and hierarchy. Royal titles, surnames, or lineage can convey authority. Cultural and ethnic identity. Names preserve heritage and traditions. Personality expectations. Studies show that people often attribute traits based on the sound or familiarity of a name. In short, a name is a social lens shaping how others perceive you and how you perceive yourself. It's why some names feel strong, kind, or creative before we even know the person. They carry social weight encoded over centuries. Section 4. Names as spiritual markers. Beyond society, many cultures regard names as spiritual tools. In ancient Hebrew tradition, a child's name was believed to reflect the soul's purpose and divine connection. In Vedic India, Names are aligned with the stars, syllables, and cosmic forces to harmonize with the universe. In African and indigenous traditions, a name may tell a story of birth, circumstance, or ancestral blessing. Across the world, changing a name is often seen as a way to shift fortune, destiny, or spiritual alignment. Names are treated as more than a human construct. They are seen as energetic markers, life codes written at birth that influence character, fate, and even social roles. Section 5. Names as life codes. When we speak of names as life codes, we refer to the idea that names encode potential. Who you are becoming. The name can signal personality traits, talents, and aspirations. Challenges you may face. Certain names historically carry cautionary patterns. Opportunities for growth. Knowing your name energy can guide decisions, relationships, and personal development. This idea underlies every naming system we will explore in this audiobook. From numerology and Kabbalah to East Asian stroke counts and modern psychological studies. Across all systems, the belief is consistent. A name is not neutral. It is a blueprint, a seed, a lens through which life unfolds. Section 6. Reflection for listeners. Take a moment and consider your own name. When you hear it, what feeling arises? Warmth, pride, comfort, or curiosity? Does it connect you to your family, culture, or spiritual heritage? Do you feel aligned with your name, or drawn toward reshaping it in some way? Even if you never consciously thought about it, your name has been influencing your identity and experiences from day one. It is your first gift from the universe, and your first lens into who you are. Closing reflection. From the first civilizations to modern psychology, humans have recognized that names matter. They are more than words. They are anchors of identity, social signals, spiritual markers, and life codes. The very act of naming is a declaration. You exist. You are recognized. You have a place in the world. Throughout this audiobook, we will explore 22 naming systems that expand on this ancient wisdom. Each system, whether mystical, cultural, or scientific, begins with the same truth. Your name is powerful. It is meaningful. And it carries energy that shapes your life in ways you may only just begin to discover. Your journey into the hidden power of names starts here, and it begins with listening to the vibration of your own identity. Chapter 2. Numbers behind the name. Numbers. They are everywhere, on clocks, calendars, bank accounts, and phone screens. But what if numbers were more than measurements? What if they were keys to understanding life itself, hidden in something as ordinary and as extraordinary as a name? For thousands of years, civilizations across the globe have linked letters to numbers, believing that names encode patterns, destiny, and personality. By converting the letters in a name into numbers, they could decode life paths, challenges, and opportunities, an idea that forms the backbone of numerology. In this chapter, we explore three major systems: Pythagorean numerology, Chaldean numerology, and modern success numerology, showing how numbers have been considered universal, objective, and deeply influential. Section 1. Pythagorean numerology, personality and life path. The first system we examine is Pythagorean numerology, named after the Greek philosopher Pythagoras, who believed numbers underlie the structure of the universe. In this system, each letter of the alphabet is assigned a number from 1 to 9. The sum of the letters in your name produces your expression number, revealing your natural talents, personality traits, and life purpose. The vowels alone reveal your soul number, your inner desires, motivations, and emotional drivers. Example: let's analyze the name Michael. Using the Pythagorean system. M equals 4, I equals 9, C equals 3, H equals 8, A equals 1, E equals 5, L equals 3. Sum: 4 plus 9 plus 3 plus 8 plus 1 plus 5 plus 3 is equal to 33. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Interpretation. Number 6 is associated with responsibility, harmony, and nurturing. Michaels may naturally gravitate toward leadership in service-oriented roles, family, or community-centered work. Challenges include taking on too much responsibility or neglecting self-care while caring for others. Pythagorean numerology is valued for its simplicity and universality. Its patterns feel logical and measurable, giving listeners a tangible method to explore the hidden energy of their names. Section 2. Chaldean Numerology, Vibrational Timing and Destiny. The second system, Chaldean Numerology, originates in ancient Babylon and emphasizes vibration and timing over strict alphabetical order. Letters are assigned values from 1 to 8, excluding 9 because it was considered sacred. The focus is on sound and energy, making Chaldean numerology particularly precise for spiritual and practical guidance. It is often used to adjust names to harmonize destiny or life energy. Example, Michael in Chaldean numerology might be assigned M equals 4, I equals 1, C equals 3, H equals 5, A equals 1, E equals 5, L equals 3. Sum, 4 plus 1 plus 3 plus 5 plus 1 plus 5 plus 3 is equal to 22. Number 22 is known as the master builder, combining vision with practicality. Michaels with this number may have the capacity to create tangible results from their ideals, turning dreams into reality. Challenges include the pressure of high expectations and balancing ambition with personal fulfillment. Chaldean numerology emphasizes energy alignment, showing that the sound of a name can influence timing, opportunities, and even personal magnetism. Section 3. Modern Success Numerology, Names and Life Optimization. Today, numerology has found a practical application in modern success, branding, and personal optimization. Entrepreneurs, celebrities, and artists often select names, stage names, or company names using numerology to maximize luck, influence, and resonance. Modern numerologists combine ancient systems with psychological insight to create names that feel powerful, memorable, and harmonious. Example, a startup named Lumitech might be analyzed numerologically to ensure that its letters, when converted to numbers, align with creativity, prosperity, and growth energy. The goal is not magic. It is intentional alignment, reinforcing confidence, branding power, and perception. This approach shows how numerology evolved from spiritual practice to practical tool, while retaining the principle that numbers are codes embedded in letters, capable of influencing human behavior and outcomes. Section 4. Why numbers felt universal and objective. Across these systems, numbers are considered universal and objective because they provide a consistent framework. Letters convert to numbers in systematic ways. The sums reveal patterns that repeat across names, cultures, and generations. Even when applied to modern branding, numerology offers a tangible metric to gauge harmony, energy, or resonance. This universality made numerology appealing to scholars, mystics, and everyday people alike. From Greek philosophers to Indian astrologers, numbers were seen as the bridge between the material and the spiritual, providing a reliable map to navigate life's mysteries. Section 5. Reflection for listeners. You can explore your own name using this simple exercise. Write your full name. Convert each letter to its corresponding number using the Pythagorean system. Sum the numbers to find your expression number. Reflect on whether the traits and tendencies associated with that number resonate with your personality or life path. For those curious, try the Chaldean system as well, focusing on sound and vibration, and see what differences you notice. This is not about fate, it's about awareness and insight. Numerology helps you understand recurring patterns, strengths, and challenges, giving you the tools to consciously align with your potential. Closing reflection. Names are not just symbols, they are numerical codes embedded in language. From Pythagoras to Babylon, from ancient mystics to modern entrepreneurs, civilizations have used numbers to uncover the hidden architecture of life. By understanding the numbers behind your name, you unlock a subtle, powerful lens into who you are, what drives you, and how your path unfolds. Your name is more than identity, it is a map, a guide, and a signal from the universe, waiting for you to interpret and act upon it. Numbers are universal, objective, and yet deeply personal. They do not dictate your life, they illuminate it. And in understanding them, you step into a world where your name becomes a key to self-awareness, destiny, and purpose. Chapter 3. Sacred Letters and Divine Codes. Imagine that every letter of your name carries a spark of intelligence, energy, and meaning. That each sound you speak, each symbol you write, is not arbitrary, but a bridge between the material and the divine. Across civilizations, letters have been considered more than mere marks on a page. They are spiritual codes, vibrating with intention, shaping personality, destiny, and even the soul's purpose. In this chapter, we explore three systems that illuminate the sacred power of letters: Kabbalistic name analysis, Gematria, and Ilm al-Huruf, the Islamic science of letters. Section 1. Kabbalistic name analysis, names and the soul's purpose. In Jewish mysticism, the Kabbalah teaches that letters are living vessels of divine energy. Each letter carries meaning, number, and vibration, forming a cosmic blueprint when combined into a name. Your name is more than identity. It reflects your soul's mission, strengths, and challenges. Hebrew letters, when arranged into names, can reveal life lessons, hidden talents, and spiritual destiny. Kabbalists believe that slight modifications, adding a letter, changing spelling, can shift energy, correct imbalance, or unlock potential. Example: the name Michael in Hebrew is Mikael, meaning, who is like God? Mem symbolizes water, depth, and emotional intuition. Kaf represents power, capacity, and potential. Aleph is spiritual connection and leadership. Lamed signifies learning, aspiration, and guidance. Combined, the letters encode a person called toward ethical leadership, protection, and spiritual alignment. The name itself is a map of the soul, a guide to navigate both worldly and spiritual life. Section 2. Gematria, numbers hidden in letters. Gematria, a practice within Kabbalistic and broader mystical traditions, assigns numerical values to letters. By converting letters to numbers, scholars can uncover hidden connections between words, names, and spiritual concepts. In Hebrew, each letter has a numeric value, e.g., Aleph equals 1, Bet equals 2, Tav equals 400. In Greek and Arabic traditions, similar systems existed, connecting language, numbers, and the divine order. Words or names with the same numerical value were believed to share energetic or spiritual resonance, revealing hidden truths about life and destiny. Example: using gematria, a person's name can be linked to biblical concepts, moral principles, or cosmic patterns, showing that human life is entwined with the rhythm of the universe. The genius of gematria is that it transforms letters into an interconnected web, illustrating how language, numbers, and spirituality overlap. It demonstrates that names are not arbitrary, they encode meaning, destiny, and divine alignment. Section 3. Ilm al-Huruf, the spiritual resonance of Arabic letters. In Islamic mysticism, Ilm al-Huruf, or the science of letters, considers Arabic letters as vessels of divine energy. Each letter has a spiritual vibration capable of influencing reality. Names, recited or written, are believed to resonate with cosmic forces, affecting character, destiny, and spiritual development. Scholars have long used this system to analyze names, predict events, or align actions with divine intention. Example: the Arabic letters in the name Muhammad carry meanings of praise, guidance, and illumination, reinforcing the spiritual mission associated with the name. In this tradition, the sound, shape, and sequence of letters are just as important as the literal meaning of words. By understanding the energy of letters, humans can bridge the gap between the physical and the divine, using language as a tool for spiritual alignment. Section 4. Names as bridges between human life and the divine. Across Kabbalah, Gematria, and Ilm al-Huruf, a consistent principle emerges. Letters are sacred codes connecting the material world with higher consciousness. Names encode identity, personality, and destiny. Letters vibrate with energy that shapes perception, character, and even opportunities. The act of naming is both human and divine, a ritual that creates, affirms, and aligns existence. In essence, a name is a living bridge. It anchors us in society, reflects our inner self, and connects us to universal intelligence. By engaging with the energy of letters, humans across cultures have accessed wisdom, protection, and guidance. Section 5. Reflection exercise for listeners. Here's a practical way to connect with the sacred energy of your name. Write your name down slowly, letter by letter. Research the spiritual meaning or numeric value of each letter in Hebrew, Greek, or Arabic. Reflect on how these qualities appear in your personality, life choices, or challenges. Consider whether small adjustments, intentional spelling changes, or mindful recitation might enhance alignment with your goals or values. This exercise is not about fate, it's about awareness, reflection, and intentional living. Names carry potential. Engaging with that potential allows you to step closer to the life your soul is meant to live. Closing reflection. Letters are not neutral symbols. They are energy, vibration, and intelligence. Across Kabbalah, Gematria, and Ilm al-Huruf, we see a consistent truth. Names are sacred codes, linking human life to spiritual patterns and cosmic intelligence. Your name is more than a word, it is a living map, a bridge between your identity and your soul's purpose. By understanding the power of letters, you unlock a hidden dimension of existence, where sound, shape, and number converge to guide, protect, and inspire. Chapter 4. Names Written in the Stars. Since the dawn of civilization, humans have looked to the skies for guidance. The stars, planets, and cosmic cycles were more than distant lights. They were messengers of destiny, timing, and potential. And if the heavens influenced life, then perhaps names too were written with the cosmos in mind. In this chapter, we explore how Vedic astrology, planetary alignment, and cosmic timing have been linked to the naming of children, the selection of spiritual or professional identities, and the shaping of destiny itself. Names, it turns out, are not only human creations, they are celestial instruments. Section 1. Vedic Astrology and Name Selection. In Vedic tradition, names are closely tied to nakshatras, lunar mansions, and planetary positions at the time of birth. The first syllable of a child's name is often chosen based on the star under which they are born, believed to harmonize the child's energy with the cosmos. The planetary ruler of the birth hour, day, and lunar mansion can influence temperament, career potential, and life challenges. Names are designed to enhance favorable energies and mitigate obstacles, creating a subtle alignment between personality, fate, and opportunity. Example: a child born under the Ashwini nakshatra might have a name starting with Chu or Che to align with the star's energetic signature, fostering vitality, curiosity, and leadership. This approach shows that, in Vedic thought, a name is not merely identity, it is a tool to harmonize human life with universal rhythms. Section 2. Cosmic Timing and Astrological Name Alignment. Beyond the syllables, some traditions consider exact planetary positions when choosing or adjusting names. Mercury may influence communication and intellect, so names emphasizing certain sounds or letters can be chosen for children born under Mercury's influence. Venus is associated with art, beauty, and harmony, guiding name choices toward musicality and grace. The alignment of multiple planets at birth can suggest the most auspicious phonetic and energetic patterns for a name. In this way, names are cosmic instruments, tuned to resonate with the vibrations of the heavens. The belief is that such alignment can enhance luck, character development, and life opportunities. Section 3. Psychological and Energetic Resonance. Even in modern times, the principle of cosmic alignment has a psychological echo. Names chosen to match cultural, familial, or personal expectations influence self-perception and social response. In Vedic practice, aligning a name with cosmic patterns may strengthen confidence, focus, and harmony with environmental energies. Essentially, cosmic timing meets human psychology. The right name at the right time can amplify natural talents and reinforce identity. This creates a feedback loop. The name shapes behavior, behavior shapes outcomes, and cosmic resonance reinforces alignment with life paths. Section 4. Names as Instruments of Destiny. Names written in the stars are also seen as instruments of fate. They encode timing, opportunity, and karmic patterns. A carefully chosen name can mitigate life challenges suggested by planetary influences. Names can also amplify talents, creativity, leadership, and spiritual inclinations. For example, a child whose planetary chart indicates leadership potential may receive a name that emphasizes strength, decisiveness, and clarity, encouraging these traits to emerge naturally over time. Section 5. Practical insights for listeners. Even if you are not consulting an astrologer, you can explore these principles in everyday life. Consider the origin and meaning of your name. Does it reflect qualities you aspire to? Reflect on whether cosmic or timing elements, birth season, cultural significance, or family tradition affect how your name resonates with you. Notice the vibrational or emotional response when your name is spoken. Does it align with your inner sense of self? Awareness of cosmic and energetic patterns allows you to use your name as a tool for intentional living, even without formal astrological guidance. Section 6. Reflection exercise. Take a moment to explore your own name in relation to the cosmos. When and under what conditions were you named? What qualities does your name reflect, and do they align with your talents or personality? How might your name amplify your strengths or help navigate challenges? By asking these questions, you tap into the ancient wisdom of naming as a cosmic practice, recognizing that a name is both human and celestial, bridging identity with destiny. Closing reflection. Across cultures, names have been treated as sacred alignments. In Vedic astrology and cosmic name practices, names are more than sounds. They are codes, instruments, and guides harmonizing human life with the rhythm of the universe. The lesson is clear. A name is never random. It is timed, tuned, and intended to resonate with both the individual and the cosmos. When we understand this, we step into a world where identity, potential, and destiny are intertwined, and where the simple act of saying or owning your name becomes a connection to the stars themselves. Your name is written in the stars, and in understanding it, you begin to read the cosmic blueprint of your life. Chapter 5. Balance, Elements, and Stroke Counts. Imagine that your name is not just a word, but a delicate instrument, tuned to harmonize with the energies of the universe. In East Asian traditions, names were carefully engineered to balance forces, attract fortune, and support a life of health, success, and harmony. In this chapter, we explore how Chinese, Japanese, and Korean systems analyze names through elements, strokes, and birth energy, revealing how a carefully chosen name can correct imbalances and optimize destiny. Section 1. Chinese name Feng Shui Xing Ming Shui. In China, the practice of Xing Ming Shui, or the study of surname and given name, has been used for centuries to align names with 5-element theory: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Every stroke in a character carries energy associated with an element. Names are constructed to balance elemental forces, harmonizing with personal energy and cosmic rhythms. Proper alignment can enhance health, relationships, and professional success. Example. A character with 5 strokes corresponds to the earth element, promoting stability and nurturing energy. A child whose natural energy lacks water might receive a name containing more water-associated strokes to bring balance and adaptability. In essence, the Chinese system treats a name as a tool for life optimization, correcting imbalances before they manifest and supporting natural strengths. Section 2. Japanese Saimai Handan, Stroke-Based Fate Analysis. In Japan, Saimai Handan, or name judgment, combines the number of strokes and kanji characters with their meanings to predict fortune and life patterns. Stroke counts are added in specific configurations to determine personal luck, destiny, and challenges. Each kanji carries a vibrational energy, so pronunciation, form, and stroke count all matter. Names are carefully chosen for newborns, businesses, and even stage names to maximize harmony and positive outcomes. Example. A name with 14 strokes in a key character might signify prosperity and intellectual growth. Paired with favorable strokes in other characters, the total name can enhance social influence, career success, and relational harmony. Saimai Handan demonstrates the principle that every stroke matters, and that names are more than words. They are instruments of energetic alignment. Section 3. Korean Saju Name Analysis. Aligning with birth energy. In Korea, name selection often works in conjunction with Saju, the 4 pillars of destiny, which analyzes the year, month, day, and hour of birth. Each pillar corresponds to a heavenly stem and earthly branch, forming a map of elemental energy at birth. Names are chosen to complement or balance the elements that are deficient or overrepresented in a person's chart. The goal is to harmonize the child's name with cosmic energy, supporting health, intellect, wealth, and relationships. Example: a child born with a wood-deficient chart might receive a name emphasizing the wood element to enhance growth, creativity, and vitality. Names act as corrective tools, subtly influencing personality and life outcomes in alignment with the cosmos. Saju demonstrates that names are not just cultural tradition. They are energetic interventions designed to optimize a person's potential from the very beginning. Section 4. Names as tools for correcting imbalance. Across Chinese, Japanese, and Korean traditions, a consistent principle emerges. Names are engineered for balance. They compensate for elemental deficiencies. They harmonize personal energy with the surrounding world. They support social, professional, and spiritual well-being. Names are dynamic instruments, capable of adjusting and refining life paths. A thoughtfully constructed name can reduce challenges, amplify natural talents, and create resonance with the energies that shape our lives. Section 5. Reflection for listeners. Even if you are not fluent in kanji, Chinese characters, or Saju calculations, you can explore these ideas in practical ways. Consider the meanings, origins, and syllables of your name. Reflect on whether your name supports your strengths or compensates for areas of struggle. Notice the emotional or intuitive resonance when you say your name. Does it feel aligned, harmonious, or unbalanced? Awareness itself becomes the first step toward energetic alignment. By understanding the principles behind stroke counts and elemental balance, you can begin to tune your name, identity, or even business brand to resonate with harmony and purpose. Section 6. Closing reflection. Names are not arbitrary. Across East Asian traditions, they are deliberately engineered for life optimization. From Chinese feng shui to Japanese stroke analysis, to Korean Saju alignment, names are treated as tools for correcting imbalance, enhancing strengths, and harmonizing with cosmic energy. Your name is not only who you are, it is a living instrument, a map of energy, and a guide for life itself. When approached with understanding, intention, and awareness, a name can become a powerful ally, helping you navigate life with balance, clarity, and harmony. In the next chapter, we will explore the psychological and social power of names, bridging ancient wisdom with modern science to understand how names influence identity, perception, and human interaction. Chapter 6. Names that carry ancestors, circumstance, and spirit. In many cultures, a name is not just a word. It is a story, a history, a blessing. Long before a child takes their first steps, their name carries the weight of ancestors, the circumstances of birth, and the hopes for their future. It is a bridge connecting the individual to the lineage, the land, and the spirit world. In this chapter, we explore how Yoruba, Akan, and Native American traditions infuse names with meaning, destiny, and spiritual guidance, showing that a name can tell a life story before life even begins. Section 1. Yoruba Naming System. Destiny in every name. Among the Yoruba people of Nigeria, names are deeply tied to destiny, circumstance, and spiritual intention. Children are often given multiple names reflecting family history, spiritual guidance, and events surrounding birth. Names can indicate fortune, challenges, or protective qualities, acting as a roadmap for life. The naming ceremony itself is a ritual, connecting the child to ancestors and divine forces. Example: a child might be named Ideal, meaning joy has come home. This name reflects the family's hope, gratitude, and anticipation of a blessed life. It also serves as a protective charm, shaping expectations and the child's own sense of identity. Yoruba names show that naming is a deliberate act of storytelling and spiritual alignment, linking the individual to both family and cosmic order. Section 2. Akande Names, Personality and Destiny. In Ghana, the Akan people assign day names based on the day of the week a child is born. Each day carries specific characteristics and personality tendencies. These names are predictive of destiny, subtly guiding the child's development and social role. Example: a male child born on Monday is named Kwadwo, associated with calmness, sensitivity, and introspection. A female child born on Friday may be named Afia, reflecting friendliness, adaptability, and community orientation. Akan Day names demonstrate how time, birth, and identity are intertwined, suggesting that even the moment of birth carries clues to character and potential. The name becomes a mirror for personal growth and social integration. Section 3. Native American Naming Practices. Names that evolve. In many Native American cultures, names are living reflections of a person's journey, changing as life unfolds. A child may receive an initial name based on birth circumstances, environmental signs, or spiritual messages. Over time, new names may be earned to reflect milestones, achievements, or spiritual insight. Names are seen as dynamic tools, connecting the individual to the land, ancestors, and community. Example: a young boy might be named Rising Sun at birth, symbolizing hope and renewal. Later in life, after proving bravery or wisdom, he may receive a new name that acknowledges his accomplishments, such as Eagle Eye. This practice emphasizes that names are not static labels. They are evolving reflections of identity, experience, and spiritual growth. Section 4. Naming as ancestral memory and spiritual protection. Across these cultures, a consistent principle emerges. Names carry memory, heritage, and protection. Names encode ancestral wisdom, linking the living to generations past. They act as spiritual safeguards, invoking blessings and warding off misfortune. By naming intentionally, communities inscribe identity into cosmic and social order, giving children a sense of belonging and purpose. In these traditions, a name is not just a personal identifier, it is a repository of collective knowledge and spiritual intention. It reminds the individual of where they come from and the qualities they are called to embody. Section 5. Reflection for listeners. You can explore the depth of your own name with this simple reflection. Consider the circumstances of your birth. Were there family stories, events, or hopes tied to your name? Reflect on whether your name carries a sense of ancestry or cultural heritage. Ask yourself if your name aligns with the qualities or destiny you feel drawn to, or whether it serves as a guide for growth. Even if your culture does not follow these traditions, viewing your name as a story and a blessing can deepen your connection to identity and purpose. Closing reflection. In Yoruba, Akan, and Native American traditions, names are living vessels of history, destiny, and spirit. They tell stories before a life is fully lived, link the individual to ancestors, and provide spiritual guidance for growth, protection, and social harmony. A name carries memory, meaning, and intention. It is a thread woven through generations, connecting the past, present, and future. By understanding this, we begin to see our own names not as mere words, but as living maps of identity, purpose, and potential, guiding us in ways both subtle and profound. Chapter 7. Changing a Name to Change a Life. What if your name isn't just a label but a key to your destiny? Across cultures, people have believed that altering a name can alter the course of life itself. A single change, a new syllable, a new title, a new identity, can signal transformation, protection, and even rebirth. In this chapter, we explore how Taoist, religious, and Christian traditions have used renaming to influence fate, provide spiritual guidance, and mark new beginnings. Section 1. Taoist Name Changes, Escaping Misfortune. In Taoist practice, names are considered energetic signatures that interact with the cosmos. Taoist masters often recommend changing a name to shift unlucky destiny or counter negative influences. Names are evaluated for numerology, syllables, and cosmic timing, ensuring that the new name aligns with favorable energies. The process is often ceremonial, reinforcing the psychological and spiritual impact of the transformation. Example: a child repeatedly experiencing health challenges or misfortune might receive a new Taoist name with sounds and strokes designed to harmonize with the 5 elements and the child's birth energy. The change is believed to redirect energy, providing protection, vitality, and renewed opportunity. Taoist name changes demonstrate the principle that names are living instruments, capable of influencing destiny when consciously altered. Section 2. Religious renaming rituals, symbolic rebirth. Many religious traditions view renaming as a sacred act of transformation, symbolizing a break from the past and entry into a new phase of life. Hindu and Buddhist traditions may rename individuals during rites of passage, reflecting spiritual evolution. Monastic names often signify the adoption of a new identity aligned with spiritual ideals. Ritual renaming reinforces intention, discipline, and alignment with higher purpose. The key idea is that changing a name signals a new beginning, psychologically reinforcing growth, maturity, or spiritual awakening. Section 3. Christian baptismal names, guidance from the saints. In Christianity, particularly in Catholic and Orthodox traditions, baptism is not merely a ceremonial naming, it is a spiritual transformation. A child or adult receives a baptismal name, often honoring a saint or holy figure. The name carries spiritual guidance and protection, linking the individual to divine virtues and moral examples. This practice symbolizes rebirth, marking the transition from the old self to a spiritually aligned life. Example: a child named John at birth may receive the baptismal name Francis, connecting them with Saint Francis of Assisi, encouraging compassion, humility, and service. The name functions as both identity anchor and moral compass, subtly shaping character and aspirations. Christian baptismal names illustrate that renaming is more than symbolic. It is a conduit for values, destiny, and divine connection. Section 4. Why name change symbolizes transformation. Across Taoist and religious systems, renaming embodies the principle of intentional transformation. Psychological impact. Adopting a new name can reinforce self-perception, encourage behavior change, and strengthen confidence. Spiritual alignment. Names resonate with cosmic or divine forces, aligning the individual with beneficial energies. Social signaling. A new name communicates personal growth, maturity, or a shift in life direction to the community. In essence, changing a name is both internal and external. It transforms identity, energy, and social perception simultaneously. Section 5. Reflection exercise for listeners. Consider your own name or the idea of renaming with these reflective questions. If you could choose a name that reflects your highest potential, what would it be? Are there elements of your current name, sounds, meanings, or associations that feel misaligned or limiting? How might adopting a new name, nickname, or title reinforce personal growth, spiritual alignment, or life purpose? Even informal changes, like adopting a pen name, nickname, or professional title, can activate the same principles of transformation described in Taoist and religious practices. Section 6. Closing reflection. Across cultures, names are more than labels. They are living instruments of identity, energy, and destiny. From Taoist renaming to Christian baptismal names, the act of changing a name reflects a universal truth. We are never fixed. We can transform, redirect, and realign our lives. Your name is both a mirror and a tool. By intentionally altering it, you signal to yourself, to others, and to the universe that you are stepping into a new phase of life, a renewed path, and a consciously shaped destiny. The power of a name is not in the letters alone. It is in the meaning, the intention, and the life you bring to it. Chapter 8. Divination, Sound, and Symbolism. Names are more than identifiers. They are portals to perception, influence, and even destiny. For centuries, humans have explored ways that the letters and sounds of a name could reveal the future, shape personality, and command attention. In this chapter, we dive into onomancy, sound symbolism, and the art of stage names, showing how names were, and still are, used to predict fate, influence perception, and craft identity. Section 1. Onomancy, Medieval Name Divination. Onomancy, the practice of divining the future from names, has roots in ancient and medieval Europe. Practitioners believed that each letter carries mystical significance, and by interpreting the letters in a name, one could predict character traits, fortunes, and life events. Systems range from numerical conversion of letters to symbolic associations, often tied to astrology or sacred texts. Onomancy was used for both personal insight and decision-making, guiding choices in marriage, career, or travel. Example: a person named Elizabeth might have each letter interpreted to reveal strengths, challenges, or tendencies. Certain letters were seen as auspicious or inauspicious, influencing choices or rituals intended to align fate favorably. Onomancy demonstrates an enduring human desire to read hidden patterns in the seemingly ordinary, our own names, and extract guidance and foresight from them. Section 2. Sound Symbolism, the Power of Phonetics. Beyond letters, the sounds of a name have an invisible influence on perception. This principle is called sound symbolism, the idea that certain phonetic patterns evoke specific feelings or impressions. Hard consonants like K or T often convey strength, decisiveness, or authority. Soft consonants like L or M suggest gentleness, warmth, or approachability. Vowel patterns influence fluidity, elegance, and memorability. Example: a name like Victor feels assertive and commanding, while Lila evokes grace and friendliness. These impressions are not random. They shape first impressions, social perception, and even career opportunities. Sound symbolism shows that hearing a name activates intuitive responses, creating subtle biases that influence trust, likability, and perceived competence. Section 3. Stage Name Optimization, Crafting Identity. In modern times, the principles of divination and sound symbolism have been applied deliberately in entertainment, branding, and personal identity. Stage names, pen names, and professional aliases are often chosen for phonetic impact, memorability, and energetic alignment. Celebrities, authors, and public figures strategically select names to maximize charisma, influence, and audience connection. This practice combines ancient insight with modern marketing, showing that names continue to shape perception in powerful ways. Example: the singer Stefani Germanotta became Lady Gaga, a name designed to capture imagination, convey personality, and resonate with audiences globally. The change reflects principles from onomancy and sound symbolism, even if intuitively applied. Stage name optimization demonstrates that names are tools of influence, capable of shaping identity and public perception in ways that echo centuries-old practices. Section 4. Why certain sounds feel powerful or trustworthy. Across cultures, humans respond instinctively to the sound of names. Repetition, rhythm, and consonant clusters affect memorability and authority. Certain phonemes convey trustworthiness, leadership, or warmth, influencing relationships and social dynamics. These responses are both cultural and neurological, reflecting deep cognitive patterns in the way humans process speech and identity. In this way, names act as signals, subtly guiding how others perceive competence, credibility, and character. Section 5. Reflection for listeners. Consider your own name or the names you encounter every day. How does the sound of your name feel when spoken aloud? Strong, gentle, approachable, or commanding? Can you identify any patterns in others' names that influence your perception? Trust, admiration, or distance? If you could adapt your name or nickname to enhance certain qualities, how might that affect your presence or identity? Even small changes, a middle name, nickname, or professional alias, can subtly shift how you are perceived and how you engage with the world. Section 6. Closing Reflection. From medieval onomancy to modern stage name optimization, names have always carried divinatory and perceptual power. They are tools for insight, influence, and intentional identity shaping. Letters and sounds are not neutral. They vibrate with energy, conveying character, authority, and presence. Whether through mystical systems or modern branding, humans have consistently recognized that a name can foretell, persuade, and inspire. Your name is a living symbol, a bridge between who you are, how the world sees you, and the destiny you are shaping. By understanding its sounds, symbols, and energy, you step into a realm where identity and perception are consciously aligned, and where the simple act of saying or owning your name becomes a form of influence, insight, and empowerment. Chapter 9. What Modern Psychology Discovered. For thousands of years, humans have sensed the power of names. Mystics, sages, and scholars believed that letters, sounds, and syllables shape destiny, identity, and social influence. Today, modern psychology is beginning to confirm these ancient intuitions, not with spiritual claims but with scientific evidence. In this chapter, we explore how the fields of social psychology, cognitive science, and sociolinguistics reveal the subtle but profound ways names shape our behavior, self-perception, and the opportunities that come our way. Section 1. Implicit Egotism: Why Names Attract Us. One of the most fascinating discoveries is implicit egotism, the unconscious preference people have for things that resemble themselves, including their own names. People are subtly drawn to places, careers, and even partners that share letters or sounds with their names. This bias operates below conscious awareness, influencing life choices in ways that seem almost magical. Example: studies have shown that people named Dennis are slightly more likely to become dentists, or people named Laura are overrepresented among lawyers. This is not destiny, it's psychological resonance. We feel a sense of familiarity and comfort with what echoes our identity, even linguistically. Implicit egotism demonstrates that names are more than labels. They are magnets shaping the patterns of our lives in subtle, cumulative ways. Section 2. The Name-Letter Effect: Self-Preference in Action. Closely related is the name-letter effect, a phenomenon in which individuals prefer letters that appear in their own names. This preference extends to brands, products, cities, and even life choices. Psychologists have found that people are more likely to select options that contain initials or letters from their names, often without realizing it. Example: someone named Samantha may feel a subtle preference for S or A in logos, street names, or product brands. Over time, these micro-preferences can shape life paths, from where we live to whom we marry. The name-letter effect provides scientific confirmation of the ancient intuition that names resonate with identity and choice, influencing decisions in subtle, yet measurable ways. Section 3. Sociolinguistic Name Bias: How Names Affect Opportunity. Modern research also shows that names can influence how society perceives us, affecting opportunities in education, employment, and social interaction. Names carry cultural, ethnic, and social signals that shape first impressions. Studies demonstrate that familiar or traditional names may be favored in job applications, while uncommon or minority-associated names can face bias, even when qualifications are identical. This phenomenon is known as sociolinguistic name bias, highlighting how names impact social mobility and perception. Example: resumes with names like Emily or James were statistically more likely to receive callbacks compared to identical resumes with names like Lakeisha or Jamal. The research underscores that names are not just personal, they interact with social structures and cultural expectations. Sociolinguistic bias shows the tangible consequences of a name, reinforcing the idea that ancient wisdom about the power of names was rooted in observable reality. Section 4. Names Shaping Confidence, Behavior, and Expectation. Names do more than attract or bias. They influence self-perception and behavior. People often internalize the qualities associated with their names, subtly shaping confidence, ambition, and social interaction. Studies suggest that individuals with strong-sounding names are perceived as more confident and may behave in alignment with these perceptions. Names act as self-fulfilling prophecies, guiding personality, career choices, and interpersonal dynamics over time. Example: a person named Grace might unconsciously embrace qualities of elegance or empathy. Someone named Maximus may carry a sense of assertiveness or strength. This psychological insight confirms that names are living influencers. They shape not only how the world sees us but also how we see ourselves. Section 5. Reflection for listeners. Consider your own name with these reflective questions. Do you notice subtle ways your name influences your preferences, choices, or self-perception? Have you observed how others respond differently to your name, perhaps affecting opportunities or expectations? If you were to mindfully adjust how you use or present your name, how might that change interactions, confidence, or life outcomes? Awareness of these psychological dynamics allows you to harness the power of your name intentionally, rather than leaving it to unconscious influence. Closing reflection. Modern psychology confirms what ancient cultures intuited. Names carry power, meaning, and influence. From implicit egotism and the name-letter effect, to social perception and behavioral shaping, Science shows that names affect attraction, confidence, and opportunity. Your name is not a passive label. It is an active participant in your life, subtly guiding preferences, shaping perception, and influencing destiny. By understanding these dynamics, you can step into your name with awareness, using it as a tool for self-expression, alignment, and purposeful living. Names connect identity, society, and psychology in ways both profound and measurable. They are bridges between ancient intuition and modern science, revealing that who we are begins with the very sound and symbol we carry from birth. Chapter 10. So, does your name shape your destiny? After exploring numerology, sacred letters, cosmic alignment, ancestral naming, psychology, and even stage name optimization, we arrive at the ultimate question. Does your name truly shape your destiny? The answer is nuanced. Names do not control your life. They do not decide your successes or failures. But across cultures, centuries, and scientific studies, a clear pattern emerges. Names influence perception, identity, and opportunity. They act as subtle guides, shaping the story you tell yourself and the world. Section 1. What all 22 systems agree on. When we look across the systems we've studied, from Pythagorean numerology to Native American evolving names, Chinese stroke analysis, and modern psychology, a consensus emerges. Names carry meaning, energy, and influence. They reflect cultural, familial, spiritual, and cosmic context. Names interact with personality, behavior, and social perception, subtly shaping experiences. Even though each system approaches naming differently, all agree that a name is more than a label. It is a lens through which life unfolds. Section 2. Nature, Nurture, and Naming. Of course, names are not destiny. Your life is shaped by a combination of nature, your inherent traits, talents, and predispositions. Nurture, your environment, culture, education, and social influences. Naming, the subtle energy, perception, and identity your name provides. Your name interacts with the first two factors, sometimes amplifying strengths, guiding choices, or shaping how others perceive you. In this way, a name is part of the ecosystem of your life, influencing but never dictating the path. Example. Someone named Victor may unconsciously gravitate toward assertiveness, but hard work, environment, and choices ultimately determine outcomes. A child named Ideal may carry joy and positivity encoded in the name, but experiences and decisions shape how that potential is expressed. Section 3. When belief becomes power. Across cultures, the belief in a name's power is itself transformative. In Taoist renaming, Kabbalistic practice, or Christian baptism, intention magnifies impact. When you honor, embrace, or consciously redefine your name, you harness its energy, shaping confidence, focus, and social perception. Belief activates psychological and spiritual feedback loops, allowing the name to guide life outcomes in subtle but tangible ways. Your name becomes both a mirror and a tool, reflecting identity while shaping potential. Section 4. Awareness changes your relationship with your name. The final insight is simple but profound. Awareness transforms influence. Understanding the history, energy, and perception behind your name allows you to use it intentionally. You may own it, embracing its lineage, meaning, and resonance. You may honor it, recognizing ancestral, spiritual, or cultural significance. Or you may redefine it, adjusting spelling, adopting nicknames, or crafting stage or professional identities to better align with who you wish to become. The act of conscious engagement turns a name from passive label to active ally. Section 5. Reflection for listeners. Take a moment to consider your own name. How does your name shape how you see yourself and how others see you? What stories, beliefs, or cultural meanings does it carry? How might conscious awareness or minor adjustments help you align your name with your aspirations and identity? Even small actions, pronouncing it differently, using a middle name, or honoring its origin, can shift perception and personal resonance. Section 6. Closing reflection. Across centuries and systems, one truth remains. Your name does not decide your fate. Your actions, choices, and circumstances carry the ultimate weight. But your name shapes the story you tell yourself and the world, coloring perception, influencing opportunity, and reflecting identity. Your name is a bridge between past and present, self and society, identity and destiny. To embrace, honor, or consciously refine it is to step into a powerful partnership with who you are and who you wish to become. Closing message. Your name may not decide your fate, but it shapes the story you tell yourself and the world every day. And by understanding, honoring, or redefining it, you step into the full potential of living consciously in the story your name carries. Case study, Michael, one name across 5 systems. Introduction. Names are more than labels. They carry vibrations, patterns, and sometimes even a blueprint of personality. Let's see how the name Michael is interpreted across 5 ancient and modern systems. 1. Pythagorean numerology. How it works. Each letter is assigned a number, A equals 1, B equals 2. I equals 9, then repeat. Numbers are added to find the expression number, revealing personality traits and life purpose. Michael M4, plus I9, plus C3, plus H8, plus A1, plus E5, plus L3. Sum, 4 plus 9 plus 3 plus 8 plus 1 plus 5 plus 3 is equal to 33. 3 plus 3 is equal to 6. Interpretation. Number 6 represents harmony, responsibility, and nurturing. People with this number are often drawn to service, family, and helping others. They thrive when creating balance in relationships and community. 2. Kabbalistic name analysis. How it works. Letters correspond to spiritual energies in Hebrew mysticism. Names reveal soul purpose and karmic lessons. Michael in Hebrew tradition is Mikael, meaning, who is like God? Symbolism, humility, divine aspiration, leadership with compassion. Soul lesson, balancing personal power with service to others, resisting ego-driven pride. Interpretation. A Michael is guided toward ethical leadership and moral integrity. The name encourages spiritual alignment and personal responsibility. 3. Chinese name Feng Shui Xingming Shui. How it works. The number of strokes in each Chinese character affects harmony with the 5 elements and destiny. We translate letters roughly into strokes for insight. Transliteration, Mikuel stroke analysis, approximation M3, plus I1, plus C2, plus H3, plus A1, plus E2, plus L2, 14 strokes 14 reduces to 5 element. Earth, associated with stability, nurturing, and responsibility. Interpretation. Names with this energy suit careers in management, teaching, counseling. Michael is likely to attract stability but must guard against rigidity. 4. Implicit egotism, modern psychology. How it works. Research shows people gravitate toward things that resemble their own names, career, city, partner. Example. Studies indicate Michaels are overrepresented in fields like management, law, and leadership roles. Behaviorally, people named Michael may unconsciously choose roles of authority, protection, or service. Self-perception. Michael may feel inherently trustworthy and competent due to social familiarity. Interpretation. The name itself reinforces confidence in social and professional settings. Identity alignment occurs even without mystical systems, just through repeated cultural conditioning. 5. Sound symbolism, phonosemantics. How it works. The sounds of a name convey personality traits or emotional resonance. Michael, M, maternal warmth, I, energy and curiosity, CH, strength and assertiveness, L, aspiration and spirituality. Overall auditory effect, friendly authority with moral grounding. Interpretation. People hearing the name perceive a combination of approachability, strength, and reliability. The sound itself evokes trust and leadership qualities. Conclusion. Across these 5 systems. Key insight for Michael. Numerology. Harmonizer, responsible, service-oriented. 6. Kabbalah. Soul purpose, ethical leadership, divine alignment. Chinese Feng Shui. Stability, earth element, supportive career energy. Implicit egotism. Gravitation toward leadership and trusted roles. Sound symbolism. Approachable authority, trustworthy, aspirational. Summary. Even without mystical belief, multiple systems, ancient, cultural, and modern, highlight recurring themes: responsibility, leadership, service, and moral grounding. The name Michael subtly influences identity and perception through number, sound, tradition, and psychology. Should you change your name? Identity, intention, and the power of choice. Changing a name is one of the most personal decisions a human being can make. Across cultures, it has never been treated lightly. A name is not just what others call you, it is the sound your mind responds to, the word your identity wakes up to each day. So the question is not simply can you change your name? The deeper question is, why do people feel compelled to do so? Throughout history, name changes have marked moments of transition: spiritual awakening, recovery from illness, escape from misfortune, entry into adulthood, or rebirth after trauma. In Taoist traditions, a name might be changed to disrupt bad fate. In religious rites, a new name symbolizes a new life. In royal courts, rulers adopted regnal names to embody authority and destiny. In modern times, artists, authors, and leaders reshape their names to match who they are becoming. But does it actually work? Ancient systems believed that a name carries a pattern, numerical, phonetic, or symbolic, that subtly interacts with a person's life. Changing the name was seen as adjusting that pattern. Modern psychology offers a different explanation, yet arrives at a similar conclusion. When you change your name, you often change how you see yourself, and how others respond to you. Confidence shifts. Expectations change. Behavior follows. However, not every name needs to be changed, and not every life improves by doing so. Some people search for a new name because they believe their current one is unlucky. Others feel disconnected from the name they were given. Some associate their name with pain, limitation, or an identity that no longer fits. And some are simply stepping into a new role: parent, creator, leader, or public figure. Before changing a name, ancient traditions asked for reflection. Not calculation alone, reflection. Ask yourself, does my name feel like a burden or a foundation? Does it reflect who I am becoming or who I was told to be? Am I running from something or moving towards something? In many systems, name changes were only advised when a person felt deeply misaligned, when repeated patterns of struggle, stagnation, or inner resistance were present. Even then, the change was often subtle: a modified spelling, an added middle name, a spiritual or private name used internally rather than publicly. Modern psychology supports this caution. Research shows that names influence perception and self-image, but belief and intention matter more than the letters themselves. A new name without inner change rarely transforms a life. But a name that symbolizes a conscious shift can reinforce new behavior and self-concept. This is why stage names work. Not because they are magical, but because they give the mind permission to act differently. The danger lies in outsourcing responsibility. If a name change becomes a way to avoid growth, healing, or accountability, it loses its power. Ancient traditions warned against this as well. A new name was never meant to replace effort, it was meant to support it. So should you change your name? If your name connects you to family, heritage, and strength, even with imperfections, there may be deep value in reclaiming it rather than replacing it. If your name carries unresolved pain or a story you no longer live inside, redefining it, or even changing it, can be an act of self-authorship. And sometimes, the most powerful transformation is not changing your name at all, but changing the meaning you attach to it. Your name does not imprison you. It introduces you. Whether you keep it, adapt it, or leave it behind, what truly shapes your life is the identity you build around it, day by day, choice by choice. In the end, the power of a name has never been in the letters. It has always been in the human being who answers to it. As our journey comes to an end, pause for a moment and consider the name you carry. Across cultures, centuries, and systems, one truth has emerged: your name is not just a word. It is a living code, connecting you to ancestors, culture, cosmic rhythms, and even your own psyche. It can shape perception, influence choices, and subtly guide your life path. Yet it does not dictate your destiny. That power remains in your hands. What you do with your name, how you honor it, embrace it, or consciously refine it, can transform the story you tell yourself in the world. Every time your name is spoken, written, or felt, it resonates with intention and potential. So carry it wisely. Own it fully. Respect its history, its energy, and its role in your life. Your name is a bridge between who you were, who you are, and who you are becoming. Remember, your name may not decide your fate, but it shapes the story you tell every day. And when you step into that story with awareness and intention, you step into the full potential of your life.